So the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate, had a man who he knew to be innocent in front of him. This man was being loudly and aggressively accused by the leaders of the Jewish people. Pilate thought that he may have found a way out of having to make a decision. He'd send the prisoner to King Herod, as the man had lived in Herod's territory. But Herod had found nothing that would make him convict him, and he sent him back to Pilate. Now Pilate tried something different. This was an important time of year for the Jewish people. The Passover festival was their most important time, in fact. And Pilate had a custom of releasing a prisoner at Passover time. Releasing a prisoner was a small concession that pleased the people. So, as we see in the other biographies of the Lord Jesus Christ, he offered the people there a choice. Would they prefer that he release that innocent man, Jesus, or a violent, aggressive, murdering rebel called Barabbas? Who would they prefer to be released, Jesus or Barabbas? Surely they can't prefer the murderer, can they? We'll now read Luke chapter 23, verses 18 to 25. But they all cried out together, "Away with this man, and release to us Barabbas," a man who'd been thrown into prison for an insurrection started in the city and for murder. Pilate addressed them once more, desiring to release Jesus, but they kept shouting, "Crucify, crucify him." The third time he said to them, "Why, what evil has he done? I have found in him no guilt deserving death. I will therefore punish and release him." But they were urgent, demanding with loud cries that he should be crucified. And their voices prevailed. So Pilate decided that their demand should be granted. He released the man who had been thrown into prison for insurrection and murder, for whom they asked, but he delivered Jesus over to their will. Matthew's biography of the Lord Jesus tells us that the religious leaders worked on the crowds of people who'd come there. Get Pilate to release Barabbas, they urged. And they succeeded in persuading the people. Away with this man and release to us Barabbas, they screamed. Pilate had lost that gamble. Pilate appealed to them again. He knew that Jesus was innocent and he wanted to release him. But the crowd just kept shouting, "Crucify him, crucify him." Pilate tried again, and he again offered to punish Jesus before letting him go. But the crowd were even louder and sounding more aggressive. They wanted him crucified. And Pilate gave in. Justice lost. He released Barabbas and delivered Jesus to their will. Pilate totally failed in his responsibility as governor to see that justice was done. He was put under pressure by the Jewish leaders and he caved in. None of these, the Jewish leaders, the ordinary people, or Pilate, can escape responsibility for their actions. Here's something for us to think about. Pilate tried hard to avoid having to make a decision, but he was forced to decide. He's responsible before God for what he did. He could not avoid that responsibility. And let's note that we too are responsible before God for what we do.